Hello, strong people. It is week 1, day 4 of OSG Prep, official Strongman games for those that do not know the acronym, I guess. I'm aware that my beard looks stupid. However, it was all over the place because I got up really early and clocked into work, so I didn't really have time to do a whole lot. Is that window open? I think this window's open. This window is open. How long has this window been open? That window could have been open for a long time. I have no idea. Anyway, it's event day, and we are doing event stuff, I guess. So, it's, we got squats first, which is pretty typical for, a normal event day. Then, it's like backwards lunges, reverse lunges, whatever you want to call them. It's supposed to be heavy, I think. And then backwards sled drags. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that. So I need to try to find, I just don't think I can do that. My sled is like outside. I think this is really just me. It's a failure to plan on my part. I have turf to line that side of the garage, just for added protection on the concrete, whatever else. And I have not put it up yet. And I can't just lay it down because it's going to slide all over the place. So I got to weigh it down somehow, or I haven't really thought that part through yet. I don't know if I want to like glue it to the floor in case I ever want to remove it. Yeah, so I don't know if we'll be able to get that one in, which bothers me. And then I have yoke, like a 50-foot, 8-second max, 700 maybe, I don't know. What else? Loads, I think stone loads. Here's another part that I messed up. I don't even think I have any tacky. My stones are out there. And it's currently raining. Didn't really plan for that. Didn't really think about it. What a mess of a first day, honestly. A first event day. And my back's bothering me. That could be because I've spent from 7 a.m. yesterday until about 2 o'clock today, which is like an hour ago. I've spent 18 hours in front of a computer working. And my back, just sitting in that position, I need a better chair or something. This chair's broke, which is unsurprising for super heavyweights. We tend to do that. So my back is stiff for sure. So I got to make sure I stretch out, warm up and everything. All the stuff you should be doing anyway. Not that I really believe in stretching too much. At least a little bit, specifically my shoulders, and get a little bit of blood flow in there as best I can. So let's just get into it. Talked too much already. Let's try to make something happen today. So let's go. All right, so a little update before I do my next set. My back, it's like the left center of my back. It was not feeling good there for a little bit. It's definitely still not feeling great, but I tried stretching it out, doing whatever else. It just wasn't having it. So I threw on 4 plates, threw a belt on for that one, and this was going to be like my trial set. So like if it felt good, and if everything, if it wasn't super painful, I was going to keep going. And I am going to keep going. Because for whatever reason, I threw that belt on, and I don't know if it was the extra pressure on that point in my back, or what. I don't really understand what it was, but the pain is minimal, and it's not a injury type of pain. It's a tight type of pain. It's just it's annoying. It's nothing I can't work through, but at the same time, if it's super tight, I don't want to, actually injure myself. So I went up to 4 plates, felt good, threw on a 25, which you guys just saw. That felt good. Legs definitely got a little wobbly at the end, but I took off the 25, threw on another plate, so I got 5 plates on here right now, which is, what is it? 495 plus 16, 511? 511, I think, because the bar is 61 pounds, I guess. It's weird. But 511 pounds. I don't know that I've done this for sets of 10. Now, I don't know. There's really no way of knowing. But one thing that I do know for certain is I need to be ready to go under heavy, heavy weights on that yoke. Excuse me. Something I've noticed is I'm pretty fast, at the from 700 to like 850. After 850, I haven't done much above 850 in general, but I slow way down, and it's just, it's like my central nervous system is just not prepared for that type of weight. And generally speaking, the best way to get prepared for that type of weight is to periodically lift heavier and heavier weights over time. Squats is not, I don't want to say it's not a main movement, because it's always my first movement on event day, or at least 99% of the time. But I feel like I haven't pushed squats as heavy as I should have in the past. So I am going to really try to focus on building a bigger squat this time around, because I have 2 buddies. We're all very fast on yoke, whatever, but they seem to have the upper edge whenever it gets really heavy. And they are way better squatters than me. So I think that's maybe the missing link here. So I need to get better at squatting to get better at yoke, possibly, I guess. And of course do heavier yoke along the way too, whenever it's programmed, the sort of progression through it. Getting heavier week after week with a deload here and there. But this is like a little side quest that I want to do. Get a better squat. I need to be repping out like 600 pounds at minimum, in my opinion. I know if I ever get a squat in a show, I'm kind of screwed. Squatting is not my best thing at all. I've done like a 650 box squat, and that's like my best squat. And that's not good. It's just not. It's way below what I would consider a standard for a super heavyweight. And not that we're tested on squat a lot, but there's no sense in having a weak squat or having weak legs. You use your legs in essentially every strongman movement, whether you're running on them, obviously, or you're cleaning a log, pressing a log, push pressing. There's like no events, besides maybe like just a straight up grip event, where you're not using your legs. Everything is leg involved, back involved. So I need to get my legs caught up to my back, is basically what I'm getting at. So that's what the mission is. So let's do another set. All right, squats are done. I've been sitting here for like 10 minutes trying to decide what I'm gonna do next. Mentally, squats like that are difficult. Oh, I sat for a little too long. My legs just wanted to go out from underneath me there for a second. I really didn't want to come out here to train today at all, but that's not how shows are won. That's not how you progress. It doesn't always matter what I want. What matters more is what needs to be done, and training needs to be done. Ooh, so what I'm gonna do, I don't know if I'm gonna do sled pull or whatever. Whatever's next, doesn't matter. I'm gonna crank up some music and just let it eat. So that's all there is to it. Let's just do it. All right, yoke is done. Not a bad start. This is I didn't really think about it until like halfway through the warm-ups for yoke, but this is the first time I have been able to do a full yoke run at my house ever, I guess. So the garage is paying off. You know, otherwise I would have had to do marches or something stupid like that. And it's not that they don't work. I'm sure they do, but God, I hate them. I hate marching in place with farmers or yoke, whatever it might be. So to be able to do full yoke runs inside, oh my God, you have no idea. And they went pretty good. Something, that was probably a bad camera angle. Something I do want to say about those yoke runs. Warm-ups all felt very fast. I wish I would have taken bigger warm-up jumps. And what I mean by that was I was eyeing up between 700 and 800 pounds. And I was warming up kind of slow because this is my first time doing yoke. I did it one day for the online qualifier, but that was, 20 feet, stupid heavy. Not the same. I haven't trained it since, I guess regionals I did it, but what I just did right there was heavier than what I did all of regional prep. By design, of course, for regional prep, because it was 700 pounds or so, 720, whatever it was. And it was speed, it wasn't like, when it's that light, I don't want to say, light, but at this point, that is a light yoke for me. So I was training it to be fast, which, paid off. I won the event, but it doesn't, a speed yoke only correlates so well to stupid heavy yoke. Like you're just not, you might have the foot down, like the footwork down to move fast, but if your body can't support 900, 950, 1,000 pounds, then it doesn't matter how fast you can move it if you can't really pick it up and sustain holding it. So I finished that run, and I wish, I don't know, there's two ways to look at it. So I'm happy with the speed. 7:45 I think is what it ended up being in 8 seconds. Little wobbly. I realized about halfway through that I was kind of waddling a little bit. So halfway through that run, I actually went narrower. And when I did, I threw myself off balance, got a little wobbly, which I never do on a yoke that light. But I kind of expected a little bit. I expect to be a little bit rusty on it because it is first time actually training it in a while. So, what else was I going to say? Oh, happy with the speed, not happy with the stability on that, which my own fault stability-wise. I had my feet too wide. They just don't need to be that wide. I see some guys do it wide, and that's fine if it works for you. For me, I do not like it. Reason being is I start to sway side to side. And when I start to sway side to side, the yoke also starts to sway side to side, which makes holding it a lot harder. Imagine just speed walking. When you're speed walking or just walking really fast, your shoulders stay level. Or at least they should, I guess. And that's what you want to do for yoke, you know. The more stable you can keep that yoke, the better it's going to feel on your back. So I'm going to give myself a B+ on speed and a D on stability. Could have been worse. I didn't drop it, but there for a second I was scared I was going to drop it. So I think I have like sandbag loads or something next. I didn't record some stuff in the middle, like the 2 sets of reverse lunges. And I didn't really think of an alternative for sled drags. I thought about tying a rope around one of my sandbags, but I forget what these things are called, but where the lines are cut in the concrete, you know, like in case it cracks, it doesn't crack the whole thing. I forget what they're called, but these cracks could be a little bit sharper. There could be little shards of metal still lying around from where they cut in the doors and windows, and I just don't want to tear a $150, $200 sandbag or whatever they cost. I don't know. I really don't know what else to do for that. What I really need to do is just get my sled in here and get some turf down. I kind of want to make this all mats, rubber mats. I'm kind of toying with that idea as I'm doing this yoke. I don't really have a specific reason why, but almost tripped there. But I think I prefer mats over turf. If you're doing sled pulls or sled drags and stuff like that, it's going to be harder to do on rubber for sure, rubber mats. But at the same time, then I wouldn't need to load as much weight on the stupid thing. I don't know. I've used both. I'll have to toy with that idea. Anyway, I think loads are next. I got to clear off my platform a little bit here. I've been kind of lazy about that. I've been lazy about a lot of things after the show. That's why I value routine so much. Now that I'm getting back into my usual training things, you know, back to work, back to my training schedule, which today was not normal. I worked a full 8 hours before doing this, being up really early. That's not normal for my Saturdays, but so far, so good. So I got to stop being lazy and clean up in here a little bit. All right, that's enough talking. Let's just move on to whatever the next thing is. Oh, I salvaged that session. I feel really good about that. I didn't get everything done that I wanted to do. And that's just, that bothers me because it's just my own negligence. You know, not having everything set up to do what I need to do. But I can't complain too much because it's way better than what I had before. So it is what it is. I will not be, that's what I'll do tomorrow. Maybe I'll get the turf down at least. I don't know what to do to get it set so it doesn't slide around or anything. Maybe it's just grippy enough on the bottom that I don't have to worry about it too much. I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. I didn't really think about this part. Anyway, back to the session. I feel good. I feel really good, actually. maybe a little tired. Less tired now than when I started, if I'm being honest. So I think that's a good sign. I woke up a little bit there. I had that little pep talk there to myself in the middle. I think I recorded it. It was just one of those things I was just like, just turn off the brain, turn up the music, and make things happen. And I did. It worked. You know, I'm not mad at all about that. I don't do that very often in training because it's one of those things I'd rather say for a show where you got to turn it on for sure. I wouldn't say I fully turned it on. But for yoke, I was definitely a little bit more alive, you know. There was no going through the motions on that one. That was, we're training, let's train. Well, I can't, you know, I honestly did that for pretty much everything today. Yeah, so, but I definitely, squats were fine, but I definitely attacked yoke a little bit more than I attacked squats, I would say. All in all, I'm very happy with that training session. Not much to complain about. I kept the sandbag thing light. It was supposed to be stones. I think I mentioned mine are outside. Stupid. But sandbags are, I don't know if they're going to be at OSG or not. Stones have been in the final for a little while now, I think. And if that's the case, I need to absolutely get better. Because stones is not a strong point for me. However, I have gotten a lot stronger moving objects from the floor in the last year or so. So I didn't really get to show it off at Pro-Am because I was hurt going into that event, whatever. But I'm confident in myself that I can, you know, at least be an okay stone loader. So I got to dust off the stones, get those in here. I don't really know where I'm going to put those, but we'll figure it out. Anyway, I don't have a whole lot else to say. I'm going to go and get showered because the deadlift champs are on in a few hours. I don't see who. Prediction here. I can't say I think someone's going to pull it because I don't. I did for all of Graham Hicks' training. I thought he had it for sure. But then he pulled that 465 and it looks slow. He posted it in slow motion, but I can tell, you know, you can tell in the video that it's it didn't move that fast. A little bit slow at the lockout, which is where suits stop helping you. So I would have said Graham Hicks had it, you know, 85% chance up until that 465 pull. However, last year he pulled 470 and he got like 505 to his knees or something with a torn hamstring, according to him. So if he can do that all on, you know, a not healthy leg, if I had to bet on someone, I'd bet on him. But Makarov, I just don't see him. He's got a lot of doubters, haters, whatever you want to say. People that criticize his training style because he's always pulling off blocks, going crazy heavy. I agree with them because he's done the same stuff for like 4 years now, and nothing's really changed. Something has to, if you, it's like the definition of insanity. I don't think it's literally the definition, but I've heard it as a saying. Doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different result. It's just, I don't get it, but sure, he has a chance. He's been very close every time, so. And Rano Heinle, if he gets that to his knees, I think it's going. He is so stupid strong at lockout. If he can hang with it off the floor, and if he's healthy, who knows? I think Hicks has the best shot, but I'm just not confident after that 465 pull. So that's my little mini predictions. I'm going to end the video now because I need to go shower. I stink. Got to let the dogs out. All the usual actual person stuff. So until next time, go out, get strong, stay strong, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.